Hello, hi everybody. Hope everybody's keeping well, keeping safe, um, looking after themselves best they can, given the climate we're in. I thought I'd do another video. I'll do it on, it's just random. I'll do it, I think I'll talk about the CBD oil. I get mine from Holland and Barrett. Obviously you can't really tell because I keep it so much. Keep it in my pocket all the time. Yeah, CBD oil. I mean, obviously, there's different brands out there. I dare say, there's good other brands that are be decent as well. So I use the Holland and Barrett. It's the only one I've really used, and it seems for me, like I said in previous videos, it's been a game changer for me. I mean, like I do still take two other medications for mental health, being mirtazapine 45mg and duloxetine 120mg. I was on quetiapine, but I've managed to wean off that, and I think that's thanks to the CBD oil that I was able to wean off, successfully. Now, the plan is to come off the other two medications as well. Now, a couple of weeks ago, I had a bit of a disaster with the mirtazapine. I went to collect my prescription and called at my daughter's before I went home, and she lives about 7 miles away from me now. I think 5.5, 6. I left there at night. I don't drive, so I use public transport, and I left my prescription. I left all my medication at her house, and it was mirtazapine that I really needed. I've got pretty much spares in all the other medications, but mirtazapine, I don't. Anyway, I did manage to find some 15 milligrams. I think there was I can't remember, there was now about 4, I think. No, was there 3? There was 3, I think, 3 15s. So I thought, sugar. Last time I tried dropping mirtazapine from 45 to 30, I struggled with it, but I didn't use CBD oil then. So I thought, oh shit, how's this going to go? So I thought, well, I took the 215s, 215mg ones, and I was going to say, I took the 215mg, so that was 30mg, and I took a little bit extra CBD oil, and yeah, survived that night. And I thought, last time I didn't last an hour before I had to get back to 45mg, and I thought, right, it didn't seem to pose too much trouble. I'm not saying, it's a long half-life mirtazapine. It could well be, I could have hit trouble after 2 or 3 days, but I believe with the CBD oil, I think eventually I'm going to be able to wean off the duloxetine and mirtazapine. I was going to take a good 12 months, maybe more. I've not started doing it yet. That was just an accident, but I did do an eye on 30. I mean, I could certainly tell. I felt different. But I know when I did try wean off a few years back, I felt like shit after about an hour, dropping from 45 to 30. But like I say, with I think the CBD oil helped a lot. So I think that might be my plan. I'll speak with my GP when I'm ready to do it. And yeah, I may use the CBD oil a little more often than what I do, daily now, and see if that'll help weaning. I was intending to do the duloxetine first, mainly because I was gonna say I think the mirtazapine will be the hardest to get off. But yeah, I think this is gonna help me wean off the medication, and maybe just rely on this. I mean, this, what I take now, I don't really have it every day either. If I usually take average about three, 4 drops on a day, and I'm usually pretty good. Like I say, I spoke quite often before in my videos about anxiety, and anxiety has been a huge part of, well, the way it's impacted my life. Since I can remember. Obviously I used alcohol, once I started that game, pretty young, to probably help with anxiety, even as a kid, like, as well as for other reasons. But so yeah, anxiety has been huge. I still get anxiety. I don't think it'll ever. I mean, we need some. I mean, there's no, we can't go through life anxiety free. It'd be dangerous. But it's when it goes overboard, when it goes off the scale, and you can't even leave the house even. I mean, there was one point a few years back, I was struggling to go to the shop. Whereas now, I can challenge, I can do most. Well, I've been back in work, I was working with a guy for 14 months who, I lived in his house and everything, and was an extended part of his family. Now, I wouldn't have done that. With, heightened anxiety. It was only because of this stuff. It's not, for me, CBD oils changed my life completely. So if anybody's out there, any of you are out there, I mean, got 8 minutes and I've not really offered too much support, but if there's any of you out there, and you've not tried CBD oil, I'd speak with your GP or whoever looks after your health, mental health and physical health, and speak to them. I speak to them and say you were considering using some CBD for anxiety or depression. Apparently it's good for that. But mine works for anxiety. I spoke with my GP and she said, yeah, if you found one that works for you, crack on. I've had blood tests. It's not impacted any organs or anything, and I've recently had a blood test as well. If it was a full blood count, it was something else, but I've got all sorts of bits of ailments, but liver and kidney functions and all that was okay. So I've been using this a few years now. But yeah, if you're out there and meds, you're struggling with meds and meds are not working as well as you thought they might have done, obviously speak to your GP again, or whoever, your healthcare professionals, and see if they can rotate your medication a bit or change them. But I would certainly mention CBD oil, because like I say, I can only speak for myself, but my anxiety is much better, absolutely much better. I can virtually do anything really, which is I can basically, I mean, I'll tell you how much it has, you know, improved my anxiety. Well, what year were we in? 21? Yeah, last year. Was it last year? Yeah, last February, I went to Prague on my own. So, you know, 4 years ago, I couldn't go in Sainsbury's on my own, you know, I was struggling. And I ended up going to Prague on my own. And stayed about 8 mile out of the centre. So that was obviously an experience when I was booking. I just thought this hotel was cheap. Well, it's no wonder it was in the middle of nowhere. But I did get to see how, you know, people in Prague, the real people in Prague lived. But yeah, that was an experience. And I was due to go to Berlin in last June. I was due to go to New York at the beginning of this year. Obviously not. So yeah, that's how much CBD has improved my life. You know, I'm quite happy to jump on a plane and sod off somewhere. I mean, the Czech Republic, smack bang in the middle of Europe, and they don't really speak much English. So you know, I picked a bit of a tough one. New York could have been all right because they obviously speak the language, and I'd imagine Berlin, if they got there, they'd been all right. But like I say, that's how much improvement I've had using CBD. You know, before it could, you know, 3, 4, 5 years ago, struggling to go in Sainsbury's. Fast forward, using CBD, booking holidays abroad, you know, on my own. So, you know, if you really struggling with anxiety, I suppose that would be difficult. It was good. It was a good experience. Well, I mean, I was worried, obviously, when I went because I didn't know what I was doing, but, you know, I got there. So, yeah, I thought I'd do a bit of a video and speak about the CBD. Like I say, give it a bash. Give it a go. And, I mean, I don't suppose there's much to lose. Like I say, speak with who you need to, you know, speak with the people who look after you. And, you know, see what they say. But again, at the end of the day, it is your choice. It's probably one of the better ones I've ever made. I mean, it lasts quite a while as well, you know, so I mean, it's not cheap, but it's, you know, it's a small price to pay to function, and that's basically what it is, functioning. You know, even talking to strangers, I couldn't do. I talk to anybody, I'm not bothered, you know. But yeah, I mean, for me, speaking for myself, this CBD, absolutely awesome. Yeah, and long may it continue. I'm sure. I've got like a sort of steady amount what I use. I seem to be pretty settled with that. Like I say, if I've got to do something, sometimes if I've got to do something that might be a bit more nerve-wracking, I'll take a little bit extra, a couple of drops more or something, or take it twice in a day or something. But like I say, I did it when I had to have a reduced metazapine one night from 45 to 30 before CBD. Struggled, I couldn't do it because I tried. But this time it was forced because I'd left my medication at my daughter's. I didn't have any time to go and get it, so I put faith in this. Took the 215 milligram metazapines, that was 30. Dropped by 15 milligram. Like I say, I got through the night. Yeah, you know, I could certainly tell that I'd had 15 milligram less. I could certainly tell the day after. But even then, it wasn't horrendous. It was, it was fine. It was all right. Felt a bit clearer, to be fair. But, you know, but the thing is with metazapine, it's a long half-life. I think it's got a 35-hour half-life, so it does come out, it does stay in your system a bit longer than some of the other antidepressants out there. But yeah, that's the CBD fab for me. Give it a thought, give it a try. I mean, like I say, there is tons out there, tons of brands. I just picked Holland & Barrett because of its reputation, really. And went with that. But give it a go. Chat to family, friends, doctors, whoever looks after you. Because at the end of the day, you do have to, if you whatever medications you're on, you might have to, make sure it doesn't clash or anything. But I don't think it will. I've had no side effects whatsoever. I think the first night I took it, tell a lie, I think the first night I took it, I felt a bit funny. Not ridiculous, but it was like I knew I'd had something else augmented in with the other medication. But that didn't last long, because when I took it, because I did it at night the very first time, and thought, well, if there's going to be any funny business with it, I'll sleep it off. And I was alright the day after. And then when I took the second night, I could really tell. So it didn't take long to work for me. So yeah, what I would suggest is, I know I've waffled on a bit, but it is late here. It's about 1:30, I think, in the morning, UK. So what I would suggest is, well, based on, I suppose, my experiment with it, I can't thank it enough. I can't speak highly enough of the CBD oil. I know many others, think the same way. I think it works for people with pain and whatnot. But for me, the biggest impact is the anxiety. And like I say, I do augment it with mirtazapine and duloxetine, and once over there was a quetiapine as well. It never affected any of them medications. But like I say, if you're thinking of having a bash at the CBD oil, having a try, I think it's always safer to speak to doctors and psychiatrists, mental health nurses, whoever, if you're in any kind of care for mental health reasons. Speak with them, tell them you're thinking of having a go, having a try anyway, because, and yeah, give it a little wee go. Start off, if you do it, the best thing to do is say have a couple of drops the first night or two. And if you get no, I would think if you get no bad reactions from it, try a few drops for a few nights. And if you don't think it's working, try 3 or 4 drops. You sort of mess with the dosages yourself, but you can tell. You will be able to suss that out. If the experience I've had with my one, I could sort of tell. Yeah, so there we go. That's 18 minutes that I've waffled. And I always forget to do this at the beginning, but thank you to any new subscribers. Please, and thank you for any comments. I enjoy getting the comments. It's nice to hear from people. But yeah, if, share the video to, anybody you may benefit from this. And hit the subscribe. She's probably down here somewhere, I think. And then, oh yeah, and the other thing is, I will put the link. I've got a website which is going to be selling footwear and trainers and accessories, called Foot Riot. So I'll put the link in the description, and I will also, I've got a Facebook page for Foot Riot too, so I'll put that there. But yeah, thank you for any new subscribers. Anybody that's not a subscriber and is watching this and has got as far as the 20 minutes or whatever it is on there, can't see. Hit the subscribe, share the video, and I hope that's of help. Right, okay, doke, it's late here, so I'm going to head off to bed. Well, upload this video, then head off to bed. So, keep safe, everybody. If you're struggling, pick the phone up to any of the free phone lines, you know, if it's mental health related, Samaritans, etc., or whatever, you know, it may be in your other countries. Always try and speak to someone. But yeah, I will see you in the next video. Thank you very much.